up for my brother Cody on the drums and the harmonies. And now Rockstar on the bass too, so that's kind of cool. I don't know where Lucian is, but...
Oh, all kinds of people today.
We'll see the message with us now that we don't have our guitars on our backs, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'll do that too. Tune up real quick. Yeah, no, it does. As if these guitars...
Is this your first time hearing them?
First time hearing it.
All right.
So far.
We're going to take a look at some of the art in here now.
Okay.
So this is our studio. Hi. Have you heard this group before? Yeah, that's the Bahena Band. A lot of guests right now. I won't have them introduce themselves. So this is what you're looking at there is my wife's alcohol ink
Oh, that's what I was
on
wondering.
tile.
Uh-huh.
And those are her jewelry boxes.
Okay.
And
What is alcohol ink?
alcohol ink is, you know how rubbing alcohol is 70% alcohol for like putting on injuries and things?
Uh-huh.
Well, the alcohol ink is 90% and the pigment is supported in the alcohol. That's the supporting agent for painting.
Uh-huh.
So it's an alcohol soluble ink that she uses to make all these.
So she puts the pigment in the alcohol.
Yeah, right. And they actually have a pigment. They actually have bottles of ink that are alcohol based. But she adds alcohol to get this wet on wet effect, like right here.
Yeah, that's really
Almost looks like a watercolor, or like this one over here. It's like it's almost like a watercolor, but
it's really pretty.
it's like painting wet on wet. But it's the
Yeah.
alcohol that's wet, and it dries relatively quickly. Is that one of your favorites?
That's very pretty.
Yeah. And she gets creative like with this, with the fish and the actual seashells and things. And I like her flowers, which are these down here. Well, like that one on the wall, and these as well.
So does the alcohol come colored, or does she add?
Well, it's different colors, right? And you can.
So you buy different colors of alcohol.
Yes, just like you do like any other
That
paint.
ink, okay.
Yeah. And so they're reds and her blues, and
Wow, very nice.
and you mix them, and she does kind of like what I do too on my watercolors. Is she will mix colors right on the paper
Oh wow.
and let them react the way they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, very pretty.
Yeah. And
So you do these, the watercolor?
I do the larger ones, right? And this
Wow.
that
How
one
long have you been painting?
since I was 9 years old.
My goodness.
So I'm 72 now.
I took a watercolor class and it's hard.
Well, I'm going to start. I have.
Real hard.
I'm going to start a beginner watercolor class when it warms up, probably in spring.
Nice.
So get one of
Beautiful
my
time.
cards if you want to get on a beginning class.
Well, you know, I live down in Santa Barbara, but I'll grab one in case I'm not here with my
And that's my
family.
wife, but that'll get us too.
Oh, okay.
But I got a cards on the other side. I'm just trying to catch some of her work. Oh, these trivets are really neat.
Beautiful.
They're heat and scratch resistant. The hard part of this, it takes hours and hours and hours to prepare the surface. She puts 3 different types of spray for ultraviolet protection.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then she puts 2 coats, 2 treatments of epoxy, 2-part epoxy enamel on. So
Which
these
my mom
become.
that's hard too.
What's that?
I said my mom has experience with epoxy,
Oh,
and that's
you
hard
had
too.
that experience? You do this too?
Well, she
Yep.
did some woodworking with like epoxy dips.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's really it's time consuming.
Yeah.
And-
It's expensive too.
Yeah, and
The
it's
epoxy's really
expensive, right? And so these are heat and scratch. I call them resistant, but they're really proof because we've taken things out of the oven and
Right.
moved them around,
Yeah.
circled them, and no problem. And then she makes bookmarks too. She hand weaves all of these things
wow.
with cotton thread, real fine cotton thread.
It looks
And adds
so pretty
beads
on
to
the
it.
book.
Yeah, and here's one on a book. Let's probably have to open this to get it. So there's one actually hanging on a book in there.
Oh, very pretty.
And here's some others, all different colors and types. And then she only has 3 pieces of jewelry left, so those are little tiny alcohol ink paintings
wow.
in there
Oh, yeah.
on those.
They look like the glass art.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very pretty.
Yeah, and so some of these are original. You were asking about originals. Yeah, so this one is an original right here. I'm trying to get the glare out of it. But that's of the Jones Hospital in Grass Valley.
Oh, okay.
And
Beautiful building.
and this is an original up here. This is more of a traditional watercolor up there. And that's what most people think of as watercolor.
Yeah.
This one down here is a print off an original. This one of the river in Coloma, looking at Lotus. I was on the bridge painting that, and 4 people got together and bought the original for
Oh, nice.
the wedding gift for the bride and groom.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's a neat painting.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I like the colors.
Yeah, this is an original here of the Catholic Church.
Trying not to get my shadow in your video.
Yeah. No, I think you're good. Yeah. And that's an original. That's down in Smartsville. And Darlene Gates is watching, so say hello to Darlene, everybody.
Hi, Darlene.
And the State Theater in Auburn.
Now, do you add the old cars? The old cars.
Oh yes, that was taken back to the 40s. And if you look, let's see if I can zoom in on it. You can see who's Kurt Douglas. When I finished this, I was listening to the radio, and he had passed that day, so he's commemorated in that painting.
Cool.
Yep. And it's kind of like this one down here of the blacksmith shop. The people in that painting are all people I know.
Really?
So this guy right here is Larry Filer. He's passed now, but he was over 100 years old at the time.
Wow.
And he raised horses. So up here in the sign, Larry Filer's horse, training is up there. And this is my brother-in-law, Steve. And he was taking care of Larry and helping him with the ranch chores when he was older. And then my brother-in-law, John, is on the anvil right there. And then the lady riding the horse was a person I coached cross country with a number of years ago.
Nice.
And she liked horses, so I put her on the horse. Yep.
Cast all your characters
Yep.
in real life.
Yep. So they all have stories.
That's the best part
Yep.
about original art.
This is my parents right here.
Really?
Let's see if I can get that glare out right there on the ranch where I grew up.
Where did you grow up?
And it was a 240-acre ranch in Smartsville, which is now most of the ranch is Lake Wildwood. So, the property's
Must be
gone.
weird for you.
Yeah, it is. It is weird. And that was my mom's favorite sheepdog, right there, Nika. Now that painting has hidden things in the background, and they'll pop out eventually for people.
Okay.
But that dog,
I see a face in the trees.
yeah, that's the face of the Lord.
Okay.
And then on the very opposite side, you'll see the Lamb of God.
I do see that, yes.
Yep. Now, the dog knew all those sheep by name, so my mom could say, Nika, go out and get Willie.
No way.
And she would use her eyes only and control those sheep and bring them to the barn or wherever she wanted to bring them.
Really?
And the reason the dog knew the name is the dog was with my mom when she fed him grain and hay every night, and she would call them all by name when she fed them.
And the dog
And there
knew
was
that.
at least 40 different sheep in the herd. So,
Really?
yep. So that's this one right here is where I attended school. One-room school,
Really?
grades 1 through 8, one teacher, 11 to 14 kids.
Did you learn everything you needed to know?
Yeah, she was a great teacher.
It's a beautiful
That guy running away from school is my older brother.
Is that indicative of the fact that
And he
you did
still
not like
wears
school?
overalls today.
Excellent.
And then my sister is running to the school, and she's got a couple different degrees, and she and her husband own a couple different businesses. So, and this is where we went. Right after that school, we went to this one.
A little bigger.
Yeah, and that one's been torn down.
Oh, too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So,
Wow, lots of history.
yeah, lots of history.
Your art is beautiful.
Yeah.
How long does it take you? Like, tell me a time frame of a painting.
It depends on how much detail's in it,
Yeah.
you know. But usually there's a lot.
Yeah.
This has been a real popular painting. The original sold, but these are prints. I sold 2 full-size prints during this tour. One yesterday
Wow.
and one today.
Does
And-
the Machado family know?
Yes, and they have one of these prints in their above their pie shop.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you look at the truck, you'll see the BV Vogt brand on there.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, because both my grandfather and dad were William Vogt, Bill Vogt.
Uh-huh.
So that was a lazy BV.
The lazy BV.
Yeah. So you know you can do all kinds of things with art.
Absolutely. It's a
Yep.
wonderful form of expression.
And let me know if you're interested in any. I'm gonna catch a little more
It
of them.
might be a little out of my price range, to be honest with you. But
Well, there's smaller ones.
okay.
Yeah.
And they
You can get it. You can even get them unframed, and then I have cards also.
let me grab one of your cards.
Look at this. You can
Oh.
get every scene in a card,
Nice. Okay.
and they come
That's my
with
price
an
range.
envelope. They come with an envelope, and you're in a resealable bag, so you can take it out of the
Nice.
bag and mail it to somebody, or a lot of people just frame them.
Use that as art. Yeah.
They use it as art. So
Beautiful.
a lot of people just get the cards
Yeah.
and they send them to their favorite grandparents or parents or people that have moved out of the area.
Very cool.
Yeah. So think about that too. Yep.
What do I do without
This will just mail them longer.
Bring it down. I wanna take you, I wanna break through, I wanna know everything about you, so I can see you in a new light. Thank you so much. Give it up for my backing band right here. They're so amazing. They're awesome. I don't want to just be the guy with the guitar. You know, it's not that fun anymore. See, I took that picture when it was just me, the guy with the guitar, and it got boring. So I had a better picture, and then it got destroyed, like the one with the band. You know, the full band was. I had the banner actually here, but it's like the pole in the back isn't working anymore. So we're gonna get a new one. Get everybody on there. Make sure everybody gets the credit, and it's gonna take away my first name. Also, we have our cards right here if anybody wants them.
Where are you going to be playing next week?
Next week, let's see. Next week we have one more right here.
Yeah.
And then, so then that will be on the 19th.
Maybe
so if
2
anybody-
more. Maybe Saturday and Sunday.
Maybe we'll see. Hopefully. So yeah, we got next week, the 19th, November 19th. We'll be here again. If anybody wants to show up, bring your friends. There's some awesome art in there. If anybody wants to get that stuff, I still have my eye on one piece in there that I looked at, and I even told him that I liked. I might buy it today. So we'll see. You never know what happens, right?
What do you guys think of this
Don't
group?
take it. It's on the far right, so nobody take that one.
You like them?
All right, here we go. This is a Jonas Brothers song.
This is your first time hearing this group? You like them?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hi, who are you? Who are you? I could put you in a painting. Hey. Got lots of people listening to music today.
She loves me.
and their friends. Yeah. anyway, sorry about that little glitch in there. But we were about ready to close out, but we'll finish this song.
I'd rather be lonely, yeah, than left to run your body too tight. Yeah, I'm the type to get naked, leave my heart up for breaking, 'cause I'm too comfortably staying. Yeah, dancing on the edge, about to take it too far, messing with my head, how I mess with your heart. If you wake up in your bed, alone in the dark, I'm sorry. Gotta leave before you love me. Yeah, leave before you love me. Yeah, leave before you love me. Yeah, leave before you love me.
I think this is one of the dads. You're Jorell's dad, right?
It's messing up.
And a mom. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
I'm sorry.
So hopefully you're seeing me. They're going to be here next week too. And so make sure you come up and see some art. They'll be here Saturday and probably Sunday too. Supposed to be good weather. So join us. All right.
Sorry. Gotta leave before you love me.